Have you ever come back from a trip and seen your home with completely new eyes? Welcome to JE Atelier, the place where intentional design meets mindful living. I'm Gigi Asker and I'm here with you on this journey to explore how intentional design can shape the way we live and feel, and how to transform our living spaces into sanctuaries that reflect our unique story, personality, style, and lifestyle, and elevate our everyday experiences. Step into my atelier and let's intentionally design together. In last week's episode, we explored how stepping into new environments opens our eyes to details and atmosphere we might not have noticed before, especially when we travel. Today, I want to talk about what happens when we return home from traveling. So, have you ever walked through your front door after traveling and suddenly noticed things you hadn't paid attention to before? Maybe something you appreciate more, or something now actually feels off and it's all you can see. Travel has an amazing way of giving us perspective. It can shift how you see everything. A little distance from the usual, stepping out of the familiar and the routine is a great way to give us that fresh perspective. There's something amazing about stepping away from the everyday environment to make things shift. It's like hitting the reset button. Not just for your mind, hopefully you relax and rested, rejuvenated, and enjoyed your vacation, but for how you see your home when you come back. It can help get out of a rut. The beauty of travel is that it gives us that fresh lens. And what I like about traveling is that you're actually experiencing being in this space, a space that you hopefully like, because you chose that intentionally. So you're experiencing being in this space as opposed to just looking at it in an inspo picture, for example, or a Pinterest board. You're in the space so you can really feel and understand why you like it, why you're drawn to it. Maybe you notice the dim glow of light fixtures in a restaurant and now you're inspired to add layered lighting at home. Maybe a cafe's calming background music made you rethink your morning routine and how your home design can support that if you want to create a new routine. Or maybe it was the ease of a space, how the layout flowed naturally that made you maybe rethink and reimagine the layout of your living room. So we're not copying a hotel lobby or restaurant style. We're just inspired. It's about translating the look, the function, and the feelings they gave you into your own home. And travel doesn't just show us what we like. Sometimes it also shows us what we don't like, what we've been tolerating maybe at home simply out of habit, again, because we're in that rut, in that routine, on autopilot. It's that contrast between being home all the time and just going on a vacation in a new place that sparks the urge to make changes when you return. It's the contrast between these two environments. When I travel, I try now to be more mindful of the places I'm in and the things that I see. I take it all in for inspiration, of course, but I also try to bring home back what I like. And when I'm back home, when I return, I intentionally try to see my space with fresh eyes and see how or what I want to translate from what I've liked during my travels back home. I maybe notice that things that are at home that I've stopped noticing, I notice them again. Things maybe that feel out of place, that I want to change, spaces that could be used differently, or even the little corners that have been overlooked. And sometimes all it takes is small shifts, moving a piece of furniture, refreshing a corner, simply adding something that reminds you of where you've been, where you traveled. And since I travel a lot, not only for vacation, but also to see my family, especially in France and Egypt, I started being more intentional of the pieces and the places that I visit, that I expose myself to, and take note of what actually left an impression on me. And if you're interested, you can see some of these places that I like on my Gigi's J'adore notes, which is a monthly email that I send. and the link is in the show notes if you're interested in getting those notes. So sometimes we need to just step away from our space to truly see it again. What felt fine before might now feel off with, that fresh perspective. What you thought you needed might not be something you want anymore. So just think about what's the last trip you took that made you feel something new. If you could bring one feeling from that trip into your daily life, what would it be? I hope this episode inspired you to see travel as a way of revealing what might be ready to change and evolve at home. Thank you for joining my atelier. If you love this episode, please leave a review and follow the podcast for more design inspo. I'll see you in the next episode.